Okay, I was trying to get my morning Java and my morning spiritual Java. Uh, it's so empty. No one is here, and it's so good. I'm so happy because usually when I have to do my work or finish some work on my clients, it's usually a lot of people in the library, as you can see. Um, yeah, I've noticed that I've always been in the library anyway. I love to read, I love research, I love analyzing things. I like looking at things. I like looking at the bigger picture, but also like looking at little things that make triggers and things of that. But that's not what this video is about. The video, this video is about um, knowing who you are and believing in the fight. Um, when I first started this, it was 3.5 years ago. And I knew this was something that God had told me about because it was something that I had in my dreams current. It just kept going. Like, even when I was a little kid, some of the things that are happening to me now, I saw before. So I used to think I was kind of nuts. But I believe in what God tells me. I believe in that I have a bigger purpose and my steps are ordered. Um, so I didn't really care about um, what I see. Uh, I know it takes a deep breath. It's crazy. Like, um, as I started doing this documentary and I started going on YouTube, I did have my page shut down, like I talked about before, just some crazy stuff, but I didn't let it stop me, and I just tried to put up as much information that I still had as I went through it, because I know it's going to help someone, and I just kept going that way. Um, I didn't really think that I was going to get to my goal of um, opening up the shelter for my mom, well, with my mom's name, with people with mental illness, because um, a lot of people were saying no, and plus I was going through my own financial hardships. It looked like on the outside emotional hardships, but inside of me, it just felt a peace. And the reason why I felt peace because, like I said, God had already shown me what I was going to go through. Some people, if you look all around, people will be like, well, I had dreams and blah, blah, this and that. And it feels kind of weird. Or certain things that they can't even explain in the physical realm, like, happen. And they can't, and they're trying to find out what it is. With me, I guarantee you, I don't know everything, but I know that my steps are ordered. And I truly am a believer, a Christian believer, believing that if I believe in Him, I believe on His word, and that He will never leave me nor forsake me. And because my steps are ordered, He knew my ending before my beginning, before I even started. So I have nothing to fear. I have nothing to worry. When I do feel that, I know that it is a spirit. I know it's something that is coming to, you know, derail me from it. So yeah, I went through this whole journey. Like I said, I didn't feel like I was going to get there, but because I believe in His word, it's like even if I do not make it to the finish line, because we can deter ourselves from it. If you get too caught up in the physical, you can get too caught up and not reach your goal that you're supposed to do here on this planet. And I was like, even if I didn't get to it, God, I know that you are able. And that's the basis that I stood on. But lo and behold, like now as I'm reflecting back now, all the things, like I said, all the things that um I didn't have the background in, all the things that I needed to learn, God used it. God showed me how to do it through um, physical experience, from my personal experience of being homeless, my personal experience dealing with mental illness, my personal experience um, trying to look for jobs and could not get a job. Uh, my personal experience of telling me that I was wrong and I'm this bad person when I'm not. My personal experience, he showed me like and got me the preparation, like, to do things, and got me at the level where I needed to be, which could have been, it would have been literally impossible. When I say literally impossible. How is it that when I was homeless, I'm working at another homeless shelter, and not only that, this woman is giving me all the tools, all the instruments that I needed and more. Some of the stuff, like I said, dealing with the relationships, the bonds, going out and meeting people and social networking and all of that. I would not have been able to do that just by myself. Even when you're dealing with social networking, when you're young and you don't have those avenues and you are new in the field, it's going to take a minute. I don't give a care what background you're in. You're in singing, you're in public speaking, you're a church dealing with another church and trying to social networking. It's going to be that way. If you're um, an artist and you're going to an art fair and an art gallery and all that, to be known, you have to network. This was something that, like I said, I know I could not do this on my own. It's no possible way, and nobody else has the power to even say that I did that. Like, God gave it to me to the point where, like, it fell in my lap. All I had to do was walk into it. And sometimes I was getting scared because it was like, oh my God, like, this is true. Like, it's gonna happen. So, yeah, I say that to say this. You didn't come across this video on an accident. If you if you are going through this, God is probably trying to walk. No, God is telling you, okay, because He's not going. That didn't happen on an accident. If you came on this thing, nothing happens on an accident. Whether you want to believe that or not, if you came across this, obviously you had something that God was trying to get to you, because God used not only me but others, to let them know that I'm your head. I'm your God. Um, I lead you. I direct you. Your steps are ordered because of me. I knew who you were, so don't worry. Don't fret. Don't fret about it. It might look scary. It might look terrifying. Some of this stuff I couldn't even explain. And it was a lot of things that people were doing that were really, really bad to me. But had I said something, had I did what society tells us to do and go and report and deal with it in the physical way, I would have been labeled as crazy, or I would have been labeled um, as bad, or me taking it in my own hands, I would have been locked up. I would have been locked up, or on the street looking crazy. I would have been just so messed up. But like I said, I took it to my master. I took it to God, and and I couldn't have did that if I was not part of Him. That's how. Please, y'all, don't worry. Don't worry about these people who plan like you know, they right and they good and they not. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. You have to remember that your steps are ordered. He guides your footsteps, and He's teaching you. He's teaching you every step that I went through, bad, whether I considered it as bad or good. It prepared me. It prepared me because it let me know, hey, everybody ain't for you, Bill. Everybody is not for you. Everybody don't like you. Um, Everybody doesn't have your interests in mind, and it's okay to say no and step back from them. Everyone who likes you might not be good for your cause. Um, so you have to be with that. Everyone who is good for the cause is not good to be around you. So that's the thing. It's like either it's preparing you for your position and for your destiny, or it's getting a destiny ready. It's getting your opportunity ready. It's getting your walkthrough ready. Like, that is it, okay? Remember, not only mine, but your steps are ordered. I kid you not. I was just like, man, wow, like this whole transition. And then you start seeing, like, because during this time, I kid you not, like I said, nobody called me. I had family members. None of them called me, knowing I was going through some crazy stuff. Some of them was just like, well, me and mine, well, I did this, or they going through their own thing and they too busy. They not even saying, well, hey, let me step back and just pray. Pray for myself and pray for you. And we get like that because we're human. But yeah, uh, don't don't trip. Don't trip. I'm so grateful for this experience. Um, just because, and it also let me know that just because things didn't happen the way that I thought, because we have crazy assumptions over things too. We talk about, I talk about other people and about their assumptions of me and how people want to put me in a box. But I didn't think about the assumptions that I made on myself and assumptions that I made on God. Like, God knows what we're supposed to do, and it's going to be in His time. And if we surrender to Him, He knows. So, we have to look at that. Just because things don't happen the way that you said it doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It does not mean. It's just not you're ready yet. You're not ready. You're not ripe yet. Like I said, I'm thankful. At first, I was just like, man, I was so hurt when I couldn't perform and all that whole stuff with the pageant and all that really crazy stuff and getting the shelter. And it was right there in my hand. But I look at it now and I say, thank God that I didn't, because had I got it right then, it would have crippled me. It would have crippled me to the point that I would have thought that I was subjected to the people, to the environment that's around me, to bring up this hope and everything, when I was just supposed to be uplifting God and it was supposed to be giving glory to God. Not only that, it would have made me weak because I wasn't fully developed. I wasn't fully developed. I honestly was not, and I can honestly say that. Um, and the reason why I say this is because when I was getting attacked so much, that pressure comes. Now I know that energy is shifted from one state to another, but it was to the point where I felt like I could not hold it until I stepped back and regained. I was holding too much. I was holding too much, and then it was just a lot of stuff, a lot of things that I wanted to be in control of. My grandmother's health, my mom's health, um, things that I know that I could not control, but I still wanted to have that. And like I said, God pulled me away and let me know, like, okay, everybody has a decision. Everybody, not to say they're bad people or anything, but everybody has a decision on whether they decide to do things in this realm. I never thought that I even had a choice. I really didn't. But yeah, that's a whole nother thing. So I don't want to stay on here too long because it's already like 13 minutes. But I did want to say, don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up. Just because things look different and they don't look like what you imagine it to be, don't think that don't let it go. Don't let your dreams die. Pick up your babies out of the water. Pat them on the back. Make them spit up that water and put them back up and nurture them and nurture your babies till they go into full fruition. Babies, superstars don't come out of the womb, looking like superstars. They come out looking like babies. Think about a mustard seed, okay? A mustard seed is a little bitty tiny seed. But once it's planted and it goes to fruition, the trees are the leaves are huge. They're huge. So, that's the same thing. Just the same thing. Um, Remember, your steps are ordered, and if you're still walking into it and you're doing the things and you still have faith, God is going to bring it to you. He's going to bring it to you. um Either you might be getting prepared for that walkthrough, like I said, or the blessing is getting set up for you. So um don't worry, don't fret. Your steps are ordered. Hopefully something I said or done will help you on your journey. Please stay tuned to Journey to Journey.